Welcome back to Portugal. We'll rejoin the fight at the top of the podium soon, but first, the final day's action from the SWRC.
The third and final day of Rally Portugal, and for the Super 2000 boys, just 5 stages remained. Jari Ketemar was first into the stages, and providing his Fiesta held together, he was cruising towards his second consecutive victory. Accepting that Jari was too far ahead to catch, Chevy Pons was also taking a conservative approach to the day. His championship lead still looking healthy. Pons cruised through the final stages to take second and 20 championship points. Next in line was Poland's Mikel Kosciuszko. The youngster spent the opening 2 days settling into his Skoda and keeping out of trouble. But this conservative approach to the rally was paying off. His consistency brought him to the finish ramp a creditable third in class. Further back, and local boy Bernardo Sousa was keeping things neat and tidy over the course of the day. And as others fell by the wayside, the Portuguese star found himself closing out the top 4. A difficult weekend for PG Anderson. Having spent day 1 chasing the lead, a rear hub failure on day 2 brought his challenge to an end. A good recovery from the Swede to end the rally 5th. A similar story for Nasser Al-Attiyah. Electrical problems on day 2 ending his chances for victory. But up at the front, after a faultless drive, it was Finland's Jari Ketemar who made it 2 wins in a row. So there's confirmation of Ketemar's win, well over 3 minutes ahead of Pons in second, with Mikel Kosciuszko closing out the podium. While in the championship, Chevy Pons extends his lead to 86 points, with Jari Ketemar now just 28 points behind in second.
To the exciting tussle for the WRC victory, and Sébastien Ogier needs just one last push to claim his debut win. He's one of the least experienced drivers in the field, but if he can learn from his New Zealand mistake and make it through this final regular stage, this could be a landmark day in the Frenchman's career.
Jeune 6 à fond, sur fin 80 mètres, gauche 100 plus. Sur droite 110 à fond qui ouvre 80 mètres, droite 120 à fond.
Loeb will not appreciate being beaten by his less experienced compatriot, but he'll have a great deal of respect for the speed being shown by his fellow Citroën driver. Championship leader still on the attack in this second run through the rough and rocky Lule. Ogier, of course, can react to Loeb's split times, and it's a measure of his ability that he's able to match the 6-time world champion blow for blow this afternoon. With every passing kilometre, that first victory edges ever closer.
Attention, frein avant gauche 142 en ciel, sur droite 90 plus mi-long, 90 plus mi-long.
Very few drivers have managed to beat the all-conquering Sébastien Loeb in a straight fight. The championship leader is giving it everything here to make one last dent into Ogier's advantage.
100 mètres, ciel pour gauche 110 plus, ouvre et ferme 100.
Again he beats him, but 1.8 seconds is too little too late. Is this the start of a new era of another French Sébastien superstar?
In the second pass through, he was untouchable sometimes, so it's like that. I have a new rival now.
That costly steering problem on the final morning looks to have put paid to Petter Solberg's hopes of claiming a 4th podium finish of the season.
6 right past the keep it 30.
The 2003 world champion, though, will keep on pushing to the finish. But it's still Dani Sordo who currently holds 3rd spot. The Spaniard begins the penultimate stage just 5.4 seconds ahead of Solberg, so he needs to dig deep here to keep Petter behind.
Para izquierda 5, rápida, poco larga, situar. Para derecha 5, poco lenta, se cierra poco, Joguneta. 40.
Here comes the flying finish. And he's slower, but with just the super special to come, that should be enough. He's now 4.6 seconds ahead of the Norwegian privateer. The four drivers have been working on their form this season, but it's been another frustrating weekend in Portugal. Latvaler's out, and Hirvonen has again failed to match the Citroen's pace. Mikko is slower than both Sordo and Solberg in stage 17, and it looks as though he'll have to settle for fifth. So 7.7 seconds separate the top two, going into the 2-kilometre super special stage in front of thousands of fans packed into the Algarve Stadium. Peter Solberg comes into the super special 4.6 seconds behind third place, but that's a laid off for Solberg. A bizarre mistake from Peter. And not only does that end his hopes of claiming third, it's also cost him fourth place, with Mikko Hirvonen snatching the position. A reminder there, it's not over until it's over, and back to the fight at the front. A real treat for the 20,000 spectators in the Algarve sunshine. A head-to-head fight between the two Sebastians. Loeb will give it everything through this tight 2-kilometre tarmac circuit. Two Frenchmen, two Citroën C4s. It's a dream finale for the French teams. But there's no sign of a mistake from Loeb's young compatriot yet. Ogier looking neat and tidy. With 7.7 seconds in hand, he should be safe here. Into the last corner. He's done it after just 18 starts in a World Rally car. Ogier claims his first WRC victory. The team are delighted, as are Sebastian and co-driver Julien Ingracia.
Perfect feeling. It was a amazing weekend. We pushed from the first stage until now, all the weekend. It was a big battle. Very hard to conserve Seb behind us, and to win my first rally like this with a big battle with Seb is perfect.
And Sebastian Loeb, the first to congratulate his namesake and compatriot. We'll see more battles between these two, I'm sure. So this is the final result. There is a Sebastian at the top of the leaderboard, but this time it's Ogier. The final winning margin, just 7.9 seconds. A first podium finish of the season for Danny Sordo, but it's a lockout of Citroëns at the top. Hirvonen, the best of the Fords, in fourth. The Citroën Junior team will be celebrating tonight.
It was just a perfect weekend for the team, especially for him. I think he really was unbelievable all the weekend. Since the shakedown, best time of shakedown, first after the first day, first after the second day, and even today, he resisted under the pressure. And everybody knows how it could be to be first on the road with behind you, Mr. Loeb.
And it's no wonder Citroën are happy with Ford's poor performance this weekend. There are two Citroëns at the top of the Drivers' Championship, with Ogier moving up to second place ahead of Hirvonen. Also in the Manufacturers' Championship, Citroën take a 26-point advantage. With Ogier's win, the junior team pull away from Stobart Ford. And Sebastian Ogier's weekend just gets better as he also collects the Abu Dhabi Spirit of the Rally Award to mark his first WRC win. We have a break of 5 weeks now before we go to a brand new event, Bulgaria. And for the first time this season, we'll be on tarmac. Check out a preview on WRC.com. Where you'll also find our mid-season review, summing up the exciting year so far. And the summer break will be particularly enjoyable for Sebastian Ogier and Julien Ingracia, who topped the podium in Portugal. A fantastic first WRC win for the French duo. And they are the fourth different crew to win in what's shaping up to becoming a classic year. Join us again in Bulgaria. But for now, from Portugal, it's goodbye.